Please continue eating. We are going to continue with the program because we have some amazing honorees and award recipients that we want to have an opportunity to recognize. So before I gave you the opportunity to eat, again, we just want to say thank you again, Judan, for being the visionary behind EQUALibrium Awards. We truly appreciate you. Before we get into the awards ceremony, we're going to hear from a keynote speaker. So while I know you're still engaging in that amazing dinner plate, even if you got a vegan plate, thank you so much for selecting the food we ate. Let's hear from our keynote speaker. This is someone who has spent his entire career building bridges between communities, institutions, and the opportunity for who needs it the most. Federico Rios serves as the Senior Vice President of Community Programs and Engagement at the Robinson Center for Civic Leadership at Foundation for the Carolinas. We already getting a round of applause for him over here. I mean, from the minute I said his name, they clapping for him. So y'all in for a treat. In his role, the Foundation's civic engagement strategy is bringing people together around ideas that move our region forward and ensuring that the community's voice is central to the work of philanthropy and leadership. Before joining the Foundation, Federico made history. He made history as the City of Charlotte's first Assistant Director for the Office of Equity, Mobility, and Immigrant Integration, advancing efforts to create a more inclusive and economically mobile city for everyone. He also served as a longtime champion of youth through his work with Communities in Schools, which I'm a proud supporter of, for Communities in Schools Charlotte-Mecklenburg, where he founded the Newcomer Services Program supporting immigrant students and families. We heard students from Olympic High School. They told you about their struggles, they told you their story, and they used the word immigrant. Federico is supporting the efforts of those young leaders that we just heard. His service has spanned roles as an educator, mental health professional. Thank you for focusing on mental health. It is a real thing. And a crisis intervention specialist. His deep commitment to community has earned numerous honors, including La Noticias Excelente Award, the Cesar Chavez Liderazgo Award, Charlotte's Creatives Bolt of Inspiration Award, and recognition as part of the Charlotte Business Journal's Power of 100. But if we were to ask him, he'll tell you his greatest accomplishment is being a husband to Lakeisha and a proud father to Elias and Jaden. Please give it up for Federico Rios.
Good evening, everyone. You all look beautiful tonight. Give yourselves a round of applause, please. I am going to first say thank you for the immense honor to be on this stage with you all today. I can't think of a better organization to support in this way, and I'm so grateful to Jadan and to the board for affording me this opportunity. So thank you so much. All right, good evening, friends, colleagues. You already heard my name is Federico Rios. I'm incredibly honored to have been given the privilege of joining you all as tonight's keynote speaker. You may have gathered from the bio that the great folks at WFAE asked me to speak, in part because of my history of working towards helping develop a more equitable local government and an even greater and more responsive nonprofit ecosystem. Although my bio tells a facet of my personal story for the purposes of tonight's celebration of both our local equity champions and this venerable institution, I think it important to share an aspect of that story I don't regularly reference. I will pause here to tell my wife, it is not a part of my story that involves you. You don't have to worry about me putting you on the spot. Because I've done that often. So, as a very young child, I was cared for during the day by my grandmother and great-grandmother. As is the case for many of our neighbors, both of my parents worked long back-breaking days for low wages, and the most affordable option for my care was my doting grandmothers. Honestly, they were the best equipped as well, in that neither they nor my mother ever learned English. I was guaranteed to be bilingual, a skill that has opened many doors for me personally and professionally. To simultaneously immerse me in their language, but also prepare me for the world that laid outside of that big yellow house between Jamaica and Hillside Avenues in Queens, New York, they endeavored to outsource my learning of English. That meant that I would be taught by the best teachers my lower middle class station in life could afford, Sesame Street. Every morning I was dropped off before the sun rose. I would lay asleep until I was awakened by my Mama Felia, hell-bent on the mission that she had in mind, which was to ensure that her grandson learned his ABCs. She'd prepare a breakfast of eggs and arepa and coffee. I'm Colombian, so having coffee as a toddler was completely acceptable. Those are Colombians that are cheering. After all, I needed to be alert for all the English Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch were going to teach me. Fast forward a bit to my time in elementary school, and I distinctly remember the whirlwind of the morning routine, anchored by news radio. Often it was New York City's public radio station. I joked for a long time that I have no rhythm because of this. See, my friends were listening to music in the morning. I was listening to the news and interesting stories and occasionally a song or two in between breaks. In truth, that consumption of public broadcasting taught me how to take in information from a trusted source. It helped me understand how to analyze material and form an opinion. So it's no surprise that as an adult, when my wife and I did decide to move to Charlotte, it was WFAE that helped me understand this new place that I called home. I'll never forget the awe that I felt when I first was asked to be on Charlotte Talks. I was about to be on the radio. I was about to be on WFAE, the station that I had listened to that helped me navigate this new place. I was going to talk to Mike Collins. That awe dissipated a bit when Mike began to ask me hard questions I hadn't fully prepared for. But in retrospect, it was what I should have expected, because I deeply knew what I was agreeing to. I agreed to be interviewed by an unbiased media outlet that asked the hard questions. Not because a particular billionaire had funded it to advance a specific ideology or position, but because the community had funded it to help them make sense of the world outside of its doors. A world that can often feel distant or confusing to the people dropping their kids off at their grandmother's, or a kid eating his cereal before he goes off to school. I'm going to take a moment of personal privilege and share something that today's organizers may not have fully wanted you to know, but I have the mic, so here goes. WFAE was faced with a choice this year about whether to even hold this event. In this moment in time where facts are disputable and acronyms meant to align are lost to perceptions, I'm sure some might have questioned, should you even do this? But at its core, this is who WFAE it is. It consistently and boldly meets the moment. It is the town crier in the public square, pointing to the things that the busyness of life keeps us all from seeing. It is the platform upon which our community's champions and the organizations of excellence that are celebrated tonight are thanked for their commitment to this community that we all belong to. I commend the sponsors and all of you who are in attendance who have supported EQUALibrium this year at a time when many corporations and funders are backing away from events like these. And maybe they've backed away out of fear, maybe out of a realignment of their priorities. I don't know for certain. What I do know is that in this moment in time, when Elmo's on LinkedIn with an open to work banner, and our community's nonprofits are struggling to find new sources of funding to close all the new gaps that keep emerging, I feel compelled to implore each of you to do two things. First, I ask that you think about your own story and the role public media has played in it. Second, I request that you give. Give to WFAE, give to the nonprofits that are being awarded and celebrated tonight. Give because of the integral role an unbiased public media plays in our community. Give because you know that what you do today will somehow, some way have an impact on someone that will have the opportunity one day to get on some stage and tell their community about it. Again, I implore you to give. Not because you will get something in return per se. The tote bags and t-shirts are super cool though. But in this moment, give because you make us all better for it. Thank you.
Let's give him another round of applause. That was a very inspiring speech, and I'm hoping you took something from what he has said here. I heard a few things in the back around giving and Sesame Street and WFAE and the impact that it made for him. I'm quite sure each of us in this room have our own separate story. So please let that resonate with you and help you to determine what you will do next, not only for WFAE, but for other organizations in our community. Now let's turn to our awards. We have a lot of categories, nominees, and winners, but we want to recognize all of them. I'll ask the nominees to stand, and when I ask you to stand, I want you to stand in your greatness. Meaning, I don't want you to be getting up from your chair, like, yeah, she called my name, I guess I'll stand. I want you to stand with some boldness because you were nominated, and because you were nominated, that means that you're making an impact. So please stand proudly, and we're all going to salute you as well as the winner in the category. Winners, when I call your name, please come to the stage when the category is announced. Now, before I do that, I want you to understand that we have 7 different categories, but there are a number of winners in each category. The categories for the evening will be arts and culture, economic empowerment and mobility, education, government, healthcare, social justice and community advocacy, and sports. Let's begin with our first category of arts and culture. The nominees for arts and culture emerging leader are, you see how I changed that up? Yeah, I changed that up real quick. Zachary Talton, QC Concerts. Jessica Rayburn, Refugee Support Services. And Ashley Nickens, Sister Tory's Literary Magazine. The winner in this category is Terry L. White. Terry has been president and CEO of the Charlotte Museum of History since July 2022. A Pittsburgh native with a deep passion for cultural storytelling, Terry is driven by a vision to make Charlotte's history more inclusive, accessible, and reflective of its diverse communities. Let's give it up for Terry White.
Good evening. I am honored to be recognized as the Emerging Arts Leader for the 2025 EQUALibrium Awards. And originally I was going to speak about how hard my team and I have worked to get to this point. But let's be honest, these are not easy times to lead any organization in the arts, humanities, or media. Our institutions face budget cuts, censorship battles, and a deep sense of uncertainty. But this moment in time demands more from us, not less. At Charlotte Museum of History, of all the organizations, y'all, we have seen incredible growth in less than 3 years. More visitors, more powerful programs, more impact, and we are just getting started, so please stay tuned. Let our momentum be the testimony you all need in your spaces and circles to strive to survive and dare to thrive when it would be far easier to quit. We, the arts and culture and media, are the storytellers, the truth keepers, and the voices that remind our communities of who they are and what they're capable of. That means now is not the time to shrink. It is the time to double down, to speak louder, and stand firmer in our truths as the heart and soul of this community. So to my fellow artists, writers, historians, culture makers, and yes, journalists, let's keep showing up when it would be easier to hide. Be brave when it's far more convenient to be bashful. And let's lead instead of letting bygones be bygones. The soul of our city depends on it. Thank you so much for this honor.
Congratulations again, Terry. We'd also like to welcome last year's emerging winner to the stage. So last year, Hector Vaca Cruz was not here. So Hector is a documentary photographer who uses his work to elevate and celebrate the Latina voices. He couldn't be with us last year because he had an extraordinary opportunity to travel to Eastern Europe to teach on social change and justice. Please welcome to the stage Hector Vaca Cruz.
How did I do with your name? It was perfect. Let me give you your award. Thank you. Take your picture. Oh, yeah. There you go. I'll hold it for you. Gracias. Thank you, WFAE and the panel, for selecting me for this award. You'll never understand how much this actually means to me. I feel truly humbled by this honor. Like everyone else up here, I don't serve my community looking for any accolades, any rewards, any recognition. As the son of working class migrants living in the South, I grew up understanding what it means to be unseen and unheard. This is why I approach my community, work, and creative practice with a deep appreciation for the value of having a voice. But right now we are living during a very difficult time in our country when those who value hate and division are attempting to rob us of our voices, our freedom, and our right to exist. I challenge everyone in this room to be brave and hold the line by being more engaged in their community, practicing love and unity. I challenge everyone to fearlessly raise their voices and be heard. More than that, I challenge everyone, I challenge all of you to create space and elevate the voices of others who feel forgotten, unheard, and unloved. Finally, I challenge all of you to be the shield that our community needs when it is under attack. Many of our families are being torn apart as what can only be described as Gestapo is coming into our community and tearing families apart. Going to schools, going places that we all think are safe and tearing our families apart. We need to all be the shield, the sword for our community. Only together can we create the world that we all dream of. And then I would like to end this with crowd participation by chanting together, "Yes, we can" in Spanish. Sí se puede. 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 Yes, we can. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Hector. How many of you, by a show of hands, will take the challenge? Absolutely. Hector, thank you. That's why he was recognized in 2024. The nominees for Established Leader. We have, again, stand to your feet so that we can see you and stand proudly. Osiris Rain and Sydney Durate Tayo Outdoor Gallery, or TAOH Outdoor Gallery. Please stand. Tommy Nichols, Power Up USA. Lonnie Davis, Jazz Art Charlotte. Maria Howell, jazz vocalist. Vicki L. Evans, African American Playwrights Group. Wise Gazette, Indie Creative Network. Quiana Bolden, hashtag Carefree Black Girl. Santavana Anju Jain, Anju Artworks LLC. Edelweiss Vogel, Filipino American Community of the Carolinas. Dion D. Hunter, the Artistic Empowerment Zone. And Dina Jones, City of Charlotte Aviation. Let's give it up for our nominees. And the winner in this category goes to Tim Miner and Matt Olin. They are the dynamic co-founders of Charlotte is Creative, a nonprofit that champions the city's creative community through innovative programs, storytelling, we've heard that word quite a bit, and grassroots support. Together, they lead a wide range of initiatives designed to uplift local artists, entrepreneurs, and change makers while showcasing Charlotte's vibrant cultural identity. Let's give it up again for Tim Miner, Matt Olin.
Thank you so much. I'm Matt Olin, the Chief Community Officer and co-founder with my lifelong friend Tim Miner here. And we'd like to thank WFAE for this honor, as well as our dedicated board, many of which are here with us tonight, our tireless staff, Sethu, Melissa, Michaela, and also our steadfast supporters, including the many companies, organizations, and foundations who believe in our vision of creativity as a legitimate pathway toward economic mobility, and support that vision with grants, with funds to provide training, and also through the many creative projects that they hire us to do all across the county. These are projects that have allowed us to put more than 1,000 diverse creatives to work. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And speaking of our tireless staff, Michaela Binter is our creative catalyst.
Hello. We would also like to take the opportunity to acknowledge that we would not be accepting this award without saying thank you, thank you, thank you to the creatives we love and support in our community. We've built trust, shared stories, uplifted their careers, and showcased their diverse talents and voices. We're honored to have the capacity to spread the love of creativity amongst our city and ensure that everyone knows that Charlotte is truly creative. Thank you.
Clearly that was for me. Thank you very much. I didn't get to talk because I can't keep it within a minute. So thanks, everyone.
I love it. I love it. I love the creativity. Thank you so much. Congratulations again, Tim, Matt, and to the entire board and everyone representing your organization. Yes. We have a nominee for the organization and business category, which is the Mimosa Way. So please stand up as a representation for Mimosa Way. The winner in this category for organization business is Three Bone Theater. Accepting this award on behalf of the Three Bone Theater is Robin Tynes Miller, the theater's artistic and operations director and co-founder. Three Bone Theater harnesses the power of performance to spark conversation and inspire change within the Charlotte community. Guided by Reba McEntire's quote, "Love myself some Reba." To succeed in life, you need three things: a wishbone, a backbone, and a funny bone. Three Bone Theater lives up to its name through resilience, heart, and humor. Let's give it up for Three Bone Theater and welcome Robin to the podium.
Good evening, good evening. Thank you. We are deeply humbled by this recognition and so grateful for the work that WFAE does every day in this city. Equity and inclusion have been a core part of who we are since we started in a small upstairs bar in NODA in 2012. And it has been a joy to grow Three Bone Theater here in Charlotte. We believe deeply in using theater to create a better world, and as playwright Sarah Rule recently said, theater is our most ancient empathy creation machine, and we need it now more than ever. I want to thank our incredible team for being dedicated to this work, Becky, Tiffany, and Haley, our artists, our partners, our audiences, and our fearless board of directors. We could not do this work without you. The polycrisis that we are currently living in is heartbreaking and infuriating. But I am inspired by the words of the late writer, filmmaker, and Black feminist Toni Cade Bambara, who said, "The role of the artist is to make the revolution irresistible." I hope that you will join us for some irresistible art and community at Three Bone Theater. Our next production is in August with Luis Alfaro's Electricidad, which is part of the trilogy that was funded by the NEA that was terminated earlier last month. And we would love for you to follow us on socials and threebonetheater.com. We would love to see you all there, and we look forward to continuing to do this work alongside each of you. Thank you so much.
Congratulations again to Three Bone Theater. And I truly appreciate you putting in the plug for us to come and support you in September, even though she said funding was cut last month. There's work to do. This is not the time to get tired or weary. We've heard the words, joy, love, that will overcome hate every day and twice on Sunday. So please make sure that you are loving yourself through this and supporting these organizations. We will now move to our next category, economic empowerment and mobility. The nominee for Emerging Leader in Economic Empowerment Mobility is Alexandria Arrington, DEI Consultant and Advocate. In the room? Our winner for this category is the Emerging Leader, Tamika Beavers. Tamika Beavers is the Executive Director of First Gen Success. As the visionary leader behind First Gen Success, she has created a powerful program that supports underserved high school senior girls on their path to becoming first-generation college students. Tamika will not be in attendance, so we will not be able to hand out her award, but we still want to give her a round of applause. Let's give it up for Tamika. Now for our nominees for Established Leader. Please again stand as I call your names. Tanya Jameson, Leading on Opportunity. Richard Troxell, House the Homeless, Incorporated. Liz Simmons, Renaissance West Community Initiative. Tamika Gunn, Community Link. Robert Bolton, Bolton's Woodwork. Pat Martinez, Leadership in the Clouds. William McNeely, Do Greater Charlotte. Yes, Do Greater Charlotte. And Michael Wayne, Carolina AAPI Business Alliance. These are our nominees. For our Established Leader winner, Anna Gonzalez of Carolina's Asian American Chamber of Commerce. As Anna approaches the stage, she serves as the president of the Carolinas Asian American Chamber of Commerce and is passionate advocate for economic empowerment and inclusive community development. A proud Filipina immigrant and Charlotte resident since 1998, Ann has dedicated her career to uplifting underserved communities through small business development, cross-cultural collaboration, and strategic partnerships. Thank you so much, Ann Gonzalez.
Good evening, everyone. It is truly an honor to be recognized at the EQUALibrium Awards. Thank you to WFAE, the organizers, and the selection committee for this meaningful recognition. Standing here tonight, I think of my younger self, an Asian immigrant girl from humble beginnings in the Philippines, who would have never imagined being in rooms like this. I share this moment with the communities I serve, especially those whose voices are often overlooked. This award is not just for me, but for every person working tirelessly to create a more inclusive, equitable world. I'm grateful to my team at the Carolinas Asian American Chamber of Commerce, some of whom are here tonight, and to my wife, who's worked hard by my side and carried so much behind the scenes. Your strength is what keeps me going. Let's keep showing up for one another, because when we lift each other up, we all rise. Thank you so much.
Congratulations again, Ann. Our nominees for organization business are She Built This City, Klein, Charlotte Legal Initiative to Mobilize Businesses, Inc., Renaissance West Community Initiative, Foundation for the Carolinas, and Costco. Let's give it up for our nominees for organization and business. And the winner in this category, which is very near and dear to me, Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Central Carolinas. Accepting on behalf of Big Brothers, Big Sister of Central Carolinas is the President and CEO, Donna Dunlap. All children do not have the resources and support they need to realize their full potential. But Big Brothers Big Sisters' unique one-to-one supported mentoring models that empower young people to succeed in life. We are so pleased to recognize Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Carolinas.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for honoring and for celebrating the mission that Big Brothers and Big Sisters has. We have such a dedicated staff and board of directors. We could not do the work that we do each and every day without their contributions and their assistance. We help young people find hope, to dream, and we provide them with a path to a bright future. And we do this through very impactful mentoring relationships. Morgan grew up not knowing what college was. Her mentor encouraged her and guided her to attend the same university that she did. Morgan was exposed to an opportunity for a summer internship through one of our board members. She later was hired and is still employed as an analyst with one of the largest banks in our community. And she plans to go on to graduate school. This is an example of how our program works and how equity provides a foundation for changing lives and providing great opportunities for young people who are living in poverty. We are looking forward to expanding our reach and serving more youth. It's great we serve 1,000 youth annually, but the need is so much greater, and we want to do more. And we will need support to do more. Thank you, WFAE, for having the courage to continue to highlight the importance of equity and equality. Thank you.
Words that you continue to hear: equity, equality, voices, to be seen, to be heard. Those of us sitting in this room may never have experienced that, while some others have. Today is the day for us to make a decision that we're going to help wherever we can to change the mindset of those that don't understand the importance of equity, diversity, and inclusion. Congratulations again to our Big Brothers, Big Sister of Central Carolinas, helping our young people that are impoverished understand they can dream big bold, and in color, because it can become true for them too. Thank you. We are now moving to the category of education. Yes. The winner for the Emerging Leader in Education is Jazzy Lee. Jazzy is a student at Queen's University. As a passionate advocate for mental health and social justice, Jazzy is a college student committed to community impact through scholarship and service. She has engaged with nonprofit organizations like Writing for Freedom, Harvesting Humanity, and Rally, North Carolina, applying her academic learning to real world advocacy. Let's give it up for the beautiful Jazzy Lee.
Good evening, everyone. How are y'all doing today? Hold on, is this mic on? How are y'all doing today? Good, great. First, I want to say how truly honored and grateful I am to receive this award. As someone that was born and raised right here in Charlotte, North Carolina, this recognition means the world to me. If you were to tell 9-year-old Jazzy that one day I'd grow into a woman committed to the advancement of her people, you know what I'd say? That sounds about right. Because I have seen firsthand the realities of our communities, the cracks in our systems, the food deserts in our neighborhoods, the lack of resources and support. And beyond the Charlotte community, across the globe, we are encouraged to forget that there are children going hungry, families being torn apart, and voices being silenced. But their cries are our cries, and their struggle is ours. We cannot look away, and we must continue to keep marching forward. Education is elevation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jazzy Lee. We will now have our nominees for Established Leader. Kevin Portier, Charlotte-Mecklenburg Schools. Jean Smith, League of Women Voters, Charlotte-Mecklenburg. Shanique Thompson, Charles H. Parker Academic Center, and Nathalia Nettles, Mecklenburg Pre-K. And the winner in this category is Nora Gomez Saxon, Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools. A transformative educator whose 27-year career has redefined bilingual and multicultural education. She is best known for creating the Spanish for Heritage Speakers program, which has helped thousands of students embrace their cultural identity, succeed academically, and foster mutual understanding. Nationally, her work earned her an invitation to the White House. Locally, her legacy is immortalized through a mural at South Mecklenburg High School by artist Edwin Gill, an enduring tribute to her contributions. As we typically say, it takes a village. I am now seeing the village that she is bringing with her. Let's give a round of applause to Nora Gomez Saxon.
Thank you. Buenas tardes. I'm very honored, and I am here with my co-workers. Education is the heartbeat of our democracy, and as public school teachers, we are its unwavering pulse. When you recognize the work of a public education teacher, you are committing to a belief that every child, regardless of background, deserve the fair chance to learn, to grow, and to dream. We, the teachers in public education, are the stewards of that promise. We teach facts, and we shape the leaders, creators, and thinkers. The investment that we make in our schools is the investment that we make in a stronger, wiser, and inclusive society. Public education means hope, opportunity, and the idea that every child's potential matters. That is a cause worth fighting for every single day. When we lift public educators, we lift democracy and the future of us all. Now I leave you with a quote from Maya Angelou. When you learn, teach. When you get, give. Thank you.
Wonderful. Congratulations again. The nominees for Organization Business, Dixon Academy. And the winner is the Center for Racial Equity in Education, also known as CREED. Accepting for CREED tonight, we have Dr. James E. Ford, Executive Director, Director of Policy and Advocacy, Dr. Jerry Wilson, Director of Programming, Camille Bostic, and our Manager of Policy, Research, and Community Engagement, Dr. Karina De La Torre. So, all these doctors, please come to the front. All the doctors. Yes, yes, yes. CREED works to achieve a comprehensive vision of racial equity in education through its long-term goals of preparing students of color to be college and career ready, fostering schools and educators to adopt more culturally affirming practices and approaches, and ensuring that community stakeholders have an authentic voice in informing educational decisions. Give it up for CREED.
Good evening, and thank you on behalf of our tireless and talented team at CREED. I'm the Executive Director, James E. Ford, and also on behalf of our board for this amazing recognition, thank you, WFAE. CREED was created to be an organization that filled the void of discussion about the undeniable relationship between race and education in North Carolina. We wanted to offer a counter to traditional think tank models that usually do more thinking than anything else. So our take on it, the concept was to close the knowing-doing gap. Our vision is that race will one day no longer be a predictor of education outcomes for students in North Carolina's education system. From our policy analysis, our research, coalition building, programming, and unapologetic advocacy, all of it centers around the experiences of students of color from early childhood to post-secondary, where we continue to see and try to combat these glaring disparities. I know that these are interesting times and that we are on the precipice of a world that seeks to censor, and we are witnessing the rise of categorical fascism. But with so much uncertainty, I can assure you of one thing, and that is that our work will not change. Until education systems and policies are transformed to meet the diverse needs of students of color, until schools and educators are more culturally affirming in their practices and approaches, and until education decisions are informed by authentic community and stakeholder voice, we will not rest. Because this is more than just our work, this is our creed. Thank you so much once again for this award.
Thank you so much for that. Let's give it up again for CREED. We will now move to the government category. Our winner for Emerging Leader in Government is Erin Gillespie of the City of Charlotte. Erin serves as the Executive Manager for the City of Charlotte's Corridors of Opportunity Program. Erin is a cross-departmental team focused on equitable development across 6 priority corridors. Her work centers on directing public and private investments into these communities, supporting corridor-based organizations, revitalizing commercial districts, and identifying new opportunities for city support, all through a lens of community-driven strategy. Through her leadership in Corridors of Opportunity, Erin is helping to shape a more inclusive and vibrant future for Charlotte. Let's give it up for Erin.
Well, thank you so much to WFAE, the board, and the EQUALibrium panel of judges for this incredible honor. I've been reflecting on what it means to be recognized as an emerging government leader who's dedicated to advancing equity in my work. In short, how did I get here? Leading this work often feels like asking the wrong question at the right time or the right question at the wrong time. It's naming the elephant in the room, or even just making an observation like, this is good, but we could do better. Leading equity work can be as simple as sharing what you hear, see, or think. But it's not simple. I think we all know that, especially these days. It takes incredible courage to speak up. It takes a lot of conversation, patience, listening, and synthesizing what we hear from the community, which is a hard-earned privilege in itself, and a sincere understanding of trust and reconciliation. It also takes a partner at home that reminds you to stay accountable to yourself. So thank you very much, John, and to my boys, who I promise to also thank, Jackson and Max. So this work really happens in an environment that fosters equitable work in public service. So thank you to the City of Charlotte for committing to a vision of equity that's rooted in opportunity, access, and dignity, and for putting it into action through policy. I am only here because of the incredible leadership that I have at the city and in the Corridors program, as well as the dedication of my colleagues to keep on keeping on. So I accept this award on behalf of all my teammates, colleagues, leaders, and community partners who create the environment to advance equity work in Charlotte. Thank you.
Congratulations again, Erin. Still in the category of government, the winner for our established leader in government is Mark Jarrell. Mark serves as chair of the Mecklenburg Board of County Commissioners and represents District 4. Mark is passionate about issues of equity, education, affordable housing, access to social services, environment, social and environmental justice, connectivity, parks, open space, ensuring that we have relevant programming for all residents. Bruh, you are serious about all things. Love it, mic drop. He is also focused on ensuring that minority-owned businesses, seniors, working families, and students have the opportunity and resources needed to experience a high quality of life. Let's give it up again for Mark Jarrell.
Thank you, and good evening, everyone. I got to shorten that bio, I think. It is an honor to be here before you. I'm truly humbled, and I stand here actually feeling just so blessed for this opportunity. It's never lost on me that I only get the opportunity that I have. I stand on the shoulders of giants. There were so many people who come before me who have sacrificed and just allowed this opportunity, not only for service, but to be able to navigate and to live my passion and purpose. Every day I wake up with a mission, and that mission is to change the trajectory and to change the destiny of our most vulnerable in this community. There are kids, there are families that are living among us that can't be in these rooms that we get the opportunity to occupy. And as we go about our daily work, I'm humbled and honored to be mentioned with the names that have come before me and that will come after me. I want to thank Jadon. I want to thank WFAE, the entire team, for what you do, for what you represent, for what you mean. Words like diversity, equity, inclusion will continually fall from my lips because I know that they're not just buzzwords, but I know that they are important to the fabric of this country, our society, and what we stand for, what we should stand for. And I'd be remiss if usually I stand and I get the opportunity. I'm standing as a representative of the Board of County Commissioners, and I'm not doing that this evening. But I always stand and I get to do this work because of my wonderful wife who does all the heavy lifting in our house. I would not be able to do this without her. Thank you, Whitney, so much. I'm just so humbled. I'm so honored. I'm so thankful. And I challenge all of us to continue to work, just stay in the fight, keep the faith. Thank you, everyone. I was trying to run, right?
Congratulations again. And what I really love is the humbleness of the recipients and how they give shout outs to their partners and their spouses. They're realizing that I didn't do this by myself and I didn't get here by myself. And I can't keep doing the work without someone lifting my arms and supporting me to do it. So thank you to all the supporters in the room, to all the spouses, to all the parents, to all the children, to all the grandparents, everybody that's here saying, keep going, baby. This is not the time to give up. Keep running forward, baby. You're going to see the end. Keep doing what you need to do. Keep doing God's work. So thank you to all of our supporters. Let's now move on to the winner for organization, business, and government is Charlotte Mecklenburg Community Relations. Accepting on behalf of Charlotte Mecklenburg Community Relations is Alicia Emmons. Charlotte Mecklenburg Community Relations has been a driving force for equity and inclusion for over 60 years, a landmark which came in 2021 when Charlotte City Council unanimously expanded the city's Human Relations Ordinance, adding new protections against discrimination in employment and public accommodations. This led to the creation of the Non-Discrimination Ordinance NDO team, which now plays a crucial role in supporting residents who face bias and discrimination. Let's give it up for Alicia as she receives this award on behalf of Charlotte Mecklenburg Community Relations.
Good evening. On behalf of Charlotte Mecklenburg Community Relations, it is my honor to accept this WFAE EQUALibrium Award. Serving as the Human Relations Agency for the City of Charlotte and Mecklenburg County for more than 60 years, Community Relations has worked tirelessly to ensure fairness and advance transformative change. This award recognizes the work done by the Non-Discrimination Ordinance team in our Fair Housing program. As you just heard, in 2021, our Charlotte City Council unanimously voted to amend its Human Relations Ordinance to include new classes protected against discrimination in employment and public accommodations. And since that time, Community Relations has taken on the role of enforcing the Non-Discrimination Ordinance through investigations. And we are proud to have a 100% success rate of conciliation agreements for cases with cause findings. Our commitment to this work and preventing discrimination will always remain strong. And I would like to thank our leadership, including Mr. Willie Ratchford, Ms. Gwenarda Miller, and Mr. Luis Mata. WFAE, we thank you for presenting us with this award and for celebrating individuals and organizations who make meaningful impact in Charlotte.
Congratulations again, Charlotte Mecklenburg Community Relations. Let's now move to our next category, healthcare. The winner for Healthcare Emerging Leader is Dr. Charles Edwards II of Memory and Movement Charlotte. Dr. Edwards is a Charlotte native and a retired physician. Now you might wonder, how can he be an emerging leader and a retiree. Well, this is how. When a hand trimmer ended his surgical career in 2010, he pivoted with purpose. He was inspired by his parents' struggles with dementia. In 2013, he founded Memory and Movement Charlotte, MMC, a visionary practice dedicated to supporting both patients and caregivers navigating Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and related conditions. His goal was to build the kind of practice he wished his family had access to, one that combines clinical excellence and emotional support and caregiver education. We are grateful for his leadership in this emerging area of memory and movement care. And we also appreciate that even though there was something that stopped him from doing the surgical piece, he still said there is surgery that needs to be done. Because of that, we are recognizing you this evening. Let's give it up for Dr. Charles Edwards II.
I'm honored to be here with you tonight to accept this award on behalf of all of the dedicated professionals in Memory and Movement Charlotte. I'm also especially appreciative of the fact that you still think that I'm emerging. Thank you.
You are an emerging leader. The nominees for Established Leader are still under healthcare: Adrian Threat, Hope Vibes; Dr. Clarence Ellis, Amity Medical Group. And the winner in this category goes to Gracie Pendergrass Coleman, former Atrium Health Board of Commissioners. With 2 decades of service on the Atrium Health Board, this dedicated leader has championed health equity, patient-centered care, and inclusive community development. As chair of the Social Impact and Safety and Health Outcomes Committees, she has been instrumental in advancing health equity by addressing social detriments such as affordable housing, food security, and chronic disease management. She played a key role in CEO recruitment, including the hiring of Eugene Woods, and supported the creation of The Pearl, Charlotte's first 4-year medical school and innovation district, located in the historically Black neighborhood, Brooklyn. Accepting on Gracie's behalf is Stephanie Counts.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Stephanie Counts, and I am a proud former board member of WFAE and former trustee of UNC Public Broadcasting. So my heart is in this very much. I am very pleased to accept this award for Gracie Coleman, who is an unsung hero, but also a person that you all need to know. Gracie asked me to give these remarks. Good evening and thank you, WFAE. I regret I could not be here in person due to the grand opening of the Pearl Innovative District, a collaboration that will position Charlotte in the forefront of global healthcare innovation and community growth, and become a living example of what Atrium and its partners can achieve when we lead by vision and heart. Achievements that I represent with this award are the result of collective efforts of Atrium management, clinicians, and teammates, and confer to me as a board member. I proudly accept this distinguished recognition on their behalf. It has been quite a unique experience and a blessing to have been an able advocate and provide support and oversight as a board member. as we remain grounded in our mission to redefine care for all and make investments in the communities we serve. I look forward to continuing to serve as a vital part of the Charlotte community. Thank you again, WFAE, and congratulations to all of the award winners.
Oh, do you want me to do that?
Stephanie, thank you again for accepting on behalf of Gracie. The nomination for organization business is Love in Action Project, Inc. The winner in this category is Atrium Health CMC Department of Family Medicine, Wake Forest University School of Medicine, Charlotte. Atrium Health CMC Department of Family Medicine, Wake Forest University School of Medicine, Charlotte. Y'all hear how long that title is? Atrium Health CMC Department of Family Medicine, Wake Forest University School of Medicine, Charlotte, serves as a beacon of hope in Charlotte. This team provides high-quality, compassionate care to underserved populations while actively addressing health disparities that affect marginalized communities. Their influence reaches its well beyond clinical practice. By integrating and affirming LGBTQ+ care, HIV prevention, and the social determinants of health into their curriculum, they are preparing the next generation of family physicians to be culturally competent, equity-focused, and community-minded. Accepting on behalf of the college is Rebecca Hayes and her village.
Thank you, everyone. It is my distinct honor to accept this award on behalf of the Department of Family Medicine. And first, I would like the members of our department that were able to make it tonight to please stand up, because they have all earned this award with their hard work and compassion. For over 50 years, our department has been rooted in a deep commitment to health equity, caring for underserved communities, training future family physicians to lead with compassion and cultural humility, and building systems where everyone belongs. We accept this award on behalf of our patients, our learners, our staff, and our community partners, those who inspire us every day and who remind us of why this work matters. Thank you, WFAE, for recognizing the power of family medicine to transform lives. This award affirms our mission and renews our energy to keep moving forward. Together, we're building a more just, equitable, and healthy future for the Charlotte region and beyond. I would like to actually, behind me, hopefully not too far behind me, there we go. These are 3 of our residents who are about to become third-year residents. They are your future family physicians, and it is because of them, and that is why we do the work that we do. Thank you so much.
Congratulations again. We will now move to the social justice community advocacy category. Let's start with the nominees for Emerging Leader. April Clark, the City of Concord. Tetere Gonzalez, Circle de Luz. And Melanie Marshall, Dismantling the Divide. And the winner is Joy Mayo of the Trees Charlotte. As the Community Engagement Manager for Trees Charlotte, Joy proudly identifies as a change agent, a title that perfectly reflects her vision, her passion, her drive, and mission to advance equity across Charlotte. One of Joy's most impactful initiatives is the Treesilience Initiative for Trees Charlotte. In this role, she employs a listen first, Act Second approach, forging strong relationships with residents in under-canopied neighborhoods. Her work extends beyond planting trees. It's about cultivating environmental equity, community, trust, and social connection. Let's give a round of applause to our winner in this category, Joy Mayo.
I'm incredibly honored to be 2025 Emerging Leader in Social Justice and Community Advocacy. Through my work with Transforming Nations Forward and Tree Charlotte, I've partnered with residents, nonprofits, and public agencies to advance equity and environmental justice. Meaningful investment in historically overlooked communities, especially along Nations Forward. The EQUALibrium Award is not about me. It's about the power of community voice, strength in collaboration, and the urgent need to center justice in how we grow and sustain our city. Thank you so much.
Congratulations again, Joy. Thank you for all that you're doing in the community. Next up are our nominees for Established Leader. Yolanda Bynum, representing the Girl Scouts and Beyond Expectations Consulting. And the winner in this category is Reverend Corinne Mack of the NAACP Charlotte Mecklenburg branch. Reverend Mack has led a dynamic and transformative voter mobilization campaign ahead of the 2024 elections. Beginning September 1st, 2024, Reverend Mack and a team of 55 dedicated volunteers launched a strategic community-centered effort to engage and empower Black voters across Mecklenburg County. Reverend Mack's campaign also prioritized youth engagement, connecting with students at my alma mater, UNC Charlotte, and boosting turnout among first-time voters. Collaboration with community organizations such as the Masons, Eastern Stars, and the Divine Nine expanded the campaign's reach. Programs like Souls to the Polls and Transportation Initiative helped 565 voters access polling places. Reverend Mack, thank you for the things you're doing in the community.
Grace and peace. I am extremely grateful and honored to be receiving this award tonight. But it's not about me. It's about us. We are living in a very critical time. But this time is not unique. We've been here before. And as a 68-year-old Black woman who's been in civil rights for 52 years of her life, I can tell you that we are resilient people. We've gone through the fire, and we are still here. For me, it's important to thank each and every one who's part of the WFAE EQUALibrium Awards group, who thought it not robbery to choose each and every one of us tonight. But it's also important that we remember that we can do anything when we work together. So as the number 12, the 12th child in a family of 13 children, born and raised in Harlem, I had to fight for a biscuit in my household. Fighting came easy for me as I became an adult. But I realized that every fight cannot be won if you're fighting alone. I also believe that we must have love. Love must be the foundation of everything we do and everything we are. But more importantly, as some cower in fear, I believe we must stand in hope. Because hope is not some passive feeling. Hope is a conscious decision to act, and act we must. We must come together like never before. We must embrace each other in love. not just accept each other, but embrace each other. And be intentional about not only creating greater spaces for those who are the voiceless, and maybe even sometimes the invisible, but also doing it across the state of North Carolina and in this country. Charlotte Mecklenburg can be the flagship for the rest of the country and the rest of the world. When we are intentional about moving in love, standing in hope, stepping forward, and not stepping back. God bless you all.
Reverend Mack, I'm going to give you an amen on that. Amen, amen, amen. Thank you, Reverend Mack. Finally, let's look at the nominees for Organization and Business. Rebuilding Together of Greater Charlotte, Southeast Asian Coalition, SCAC Village. And the winner is the Latin American Coalition, and accepting on behalf of the organization is Jose Hernandez Paris, the Chief Executive Officer of the Latin American Coalition. LAC is a one-stop shop for immigrants, offering essential resources such as workshops on immigration, naturalization, labor rights, and domestic issues. Despite operating on a shoestring budget, LAC provides robust support to the community, helping newcomers navigate various challenges and access important services, including school registration. Let's give it up for the Latin American Coalition and his village.
Well, thank you. I'm honored to have here some of our staff who are representing the rest of our staff, and also Jamila Espinosa, who's our board president, who's also here. Yeah, Jamila. We're extremely grateful to WFAE and the selection committee for giving us this important and timely recognition. When I wrote my 60-second speech, I felt the need to highlight our current struggle. To my surprise, I have found a space where I'm not the only voice, and I feel that I belong. This gives me hope, and I thank you for this. I want to thank our staff and board, and I am receiving this award on their behalf. During these difficult and tragic times, it is important that now, more than ever, that we highlight that history has shown that migrants are not the downfall of America. On the contrary, our migrant ancestors, whether they were here by choice or brought by force, as well as indigenous people, are the ones who made America great. In 1917, William Tyler wrote America's Creed. This was officially accepted by the US Congress in 1918. It highlighted America's foundational principles, which I learned when I came to this country at the age of 13. Those principles are freedom, equality, justice, and humanity. Humanity is the cornerstones of a more perfect union. I know we're not perfect, but we're supposed to strive towards a more perfect union. Together, we the people, not them or they, we need to stand together, and not just stand together, we need to act together to ensure that America stays true to its principles of liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you again, and congratulations to the Latin American Coalition. Thank you for those words. We the people, not them, not they, but we. Thank you. Now we're moving over to the sports category. In the sports category, our winner is Erica Turner with Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools. Erica is a seasoned educational leader with over 26 years of experience dedicated to student success and community empowerment. Less than 25% of athletic directors are female in the U.S. public school system. Charlotte-Mecklenburg Schools ranks as the 16th largest school district in the United States. It is the second largest school district of North Carolina. Erica's work is rooted in her belief in the transformative power of mentorship, education, faith. Mentorship, education, faith. Whether in the school district, church, or corporate settings, she is known for her ability to inspire and develop others with compassion and clarity. Let's give it up for Ms. Erica Turner.
Good evening. First and foremost, I want to give honor to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who is the head of my life, whose guidance and grace have been paramount in my journey. I stand here today filled with gratitude and humility, reflecting on the incredible people and experiences that have shaped my path. I want to take a moment on this evening to express my deepest appreciation to my family, especially my two children, and I'm grateful to have my youngest son here with me tonight, Travion. Your unwavering support and belief in me fuel my passion every day. You remind me of the importance of perseverance and the power of dreams. Congratulations to all of the honorees here tonight. Each of you has made significant contributions, and I'm truly honored to share this moment with you. A special shout out goes to my colleague, Nora Gomez-Saxon of South Mecklenburg High School. Your dedication and hard work serve as an inspiration to us all, and I'm proud to stand alongside you as we represent Charlotte-Mecklenburg Schools. As we celebrate the world of sports, let us remember that it's bigger than the X's and O's. It encompasses the lessons of teamwork, resilience, and leadership that extend far beyond the courts and the fields. Earlier today, I heard Emmitt Smith, Dallas Cowboys legendary running back, say it is our responsibility to foster environments for our young people to thrive, to nurture their potential, and to equip them with the tools they need to succeed in life. I am excited to be able to do just that through my platform. In his book, Who's Holding Your Ladder, Samuel Chang emphasizes that success is rarely achieved in isolation. This resonates deeply with me. I've learned that having reliable people in your life, mentors, colleagues, and friends is essential. I heard my son once say in a panel discussion with college athletes, he's a college athlete at Johnson C. Smith, and he said, find your people. I'm incredibly grateful for the supportive team in the Department of Athletics who inspire me every day to strive for excellence, because I certainly do not do this work in isolation. I also want to extend my gratitude to the Charlotte-Mecklenburg School administration, particularly our Chief of Staff, Dr. Ingrid Medlock, who is here tonight, for trusting me in this vital role. Your leadership and vision have been instrumental in our collective success, and I am honored to contribute. And I am honored, lost my place, I'm sorry. And I'm honored to contribute to this mission. Thank you to WFAE for this incredible honor. It's a privilege to be recognized among so many dedicated individuals. I also want to express my heartfelt appreciation to all of the sponsors for making this evening truly special. Your support is invaluable, and it enables us to continue our work in empowering the next generation. In closing, let us remember the impact we make is not measured by accolades, but by the lives we touch and the opportunities we create. Together, let's continue to uplift our young people and help them reach their fullest potential. Thank you.
Congratulations again, Erica, and thank you for those words of inspiration. Truly appreciate it. And shout out to your son. Were you the one over there videotaping your mom? Yeah, that's what we do. That's the support, baby. You did good. Did you make sure you push video? You just make sure we check, because I know my grandma hit it and didn't tape nothing but herself. So that's what happens. That's what happens. All right. So now let's continue to move on. Our winner for Established Leader is Cherie Swartout of Queens University, Charlotte. Cherie serves as Athletic Director at Queens University of Charlotte. A member of the university since 2006, Cherie has, and is it Cherie or Sherry? Sherry, see, I fixed it. Okay, 3 out of 4 already, yeah. Shettery has played a pivotal role in guiding the Royals from top NCAA Division II program to an emerging NCAA Division I contender in the ASUN Conference, where she is currently the only female athletic director. The only. Academically, Royal athletes have achieved a 3.0 or higher GPA for 13 consecutive years, with a program record of 3.45 GPA in fall 2023. Her emphasis on character and service is evident in the more than 8,000 hours of community service completed by student athletes during the 2024-2025 academic year. Let's give it up for Sherry.
Well, I don't know. Erica's going to be kind of hard to follow. I think we speak a lot of the same language. And Frenchie, you're fantastic. I might put you on the sideline at one of our games coming up. Absolutely phenomenal. Put you in, Coach. I got it. I'm incredibly honored and truly humbled to be able to accept this EQUALibrium Award tonight on behalf of Queens Athletics and Queens University of Charlotte. For nearly a decade, I've had the privilege of being able to lead Queens Athletics. And while we've certainly had our share of wins, it has never been just about winning. It's been about opportunity, empowerment, and elevation. It's been about helping our staff and our student athletes discover what they're capable of and ensuring that they have that space and support to thrive. At its core, our work is about belonging. It's about creating environments where people can do their best work. But more importantly, it is creating a space where people feel safe and they can bring their whole selves to either the field, the court, the office, and beyond. Receiving this award is a reminder that leadership isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet and consistent decision to show up for others and for ourselves, even when things are messy, they're uncertain, or they're overwhelming. I want to share a stat with you, and I think it really resonates with what Frenchie has shared and what Erica shared. I am the only female athletic director in the ASUN. I mentioned that I've been at Queens for quite a while, but I've been the athletic director for nearly 10 years. And in those 10 years, there's been a 58% increase in Division I female athletic directors. That's pretty good, right? Let me share with you that we still only represent 15% of Division I athletic directors. So there's still some room to grow, right? But thank you again for this meaningful honor. I share it with every member of our team who shows up with purpose, passion, and heart every single day. Thank you.
Congratulations again. And before we get to our special rewards and awards, there is then one left. The winner for organization business is Stonewall Sports Charlotte. Accepting the award on behalf of Stonewall Sports Charlotte is President Bryce Moffitt. Stonewall Sports Charlotte was formed in 2014 to create a safe, inclusive, and active sports community for the LGBTQ plus ally players. Their vision is that every person Every person should have the ability to feel comfortable playing organized sports, and they strive to provide a low-cost, high-fun sports league with a philanthropic heart. Let's give it up for Stonewall Sports Charlotte.
So, as mentioned, my name is Bryce Moffitt, and I serve as the president of Stonewall Sports Charlotte. We were named after a riot that fought for human rights and dignity, and it's remembered annually in Pride celebrations around the world. As stated, we are proudly an LGBTQ+ ally intramural sports org that started in 2014 with a small kickball league. 10 years later, we program year-round and have grown to 9 sports, including bowling, bocce, cornhole, pickleball, indoor and sand volleyball, dodgeball, indoor and outdoor kickball. One of those sports is actually playing tonight. Since 2014, our players have supported at-risk youth, counseling centers, pet charities, poverty, and legal aid through proceeds from our leagues, and have generated over $150,000 in gifts. We are 100% volunteer-run, and our leaders work tirelessly to build community, facilitate connection, and inspire confidence. I encourage all of you to seek out communities and step outside of your comfort zone. Raise your hand and get involved. We all have a role and a sport to play. I accept this award on behalf of our board members, sports leads, team captains, and players, without which we would cease to exist. Thank you, WFAE, for this recognition.
Let's give it up for all of our 2025 EQUALibrium Awards winners so far. I want to also say thank you, thank you, thank you. I am going to call this our 7th inning stretch. If you need to stand up for a moment and sit back down, please do that, because we've got about 4 more awards that we want to recognize here this evening. Now we will have the presentation of the Beacon, the Luminary, the Vanguard, and the Catalyst Awards. Our next category celebrates individuals whose work transcends multiple sectors. This year, we're introducing a new honor, which is the Beacon Award, which recognizes someone who has had a transformative impact on WFAE's ability to serve and connect our community. We are proud to present the inaugural Beacon Award to, and I believe we spoke in the ladies' room. We got a meeting in the ladies' room. Y'all remember that, right? Okay, let me move on. Mary Tabor Engel, a trailblazing journalist, civic leader, and champion for equity in media. Mary's leadership of WFAE's Race and Equity campaign transformed our newsroom, expanding our ability to serve underserved communities and deepening their coverage of the critical issues shaping the Charlotte region. The legacy of her work on behalf of WFAE continues to build bridges of understanding across lines of race, class, and geography through journalism that connects us all. Mary's distinguished journalism career includes roles at the Christian Science Monitor, NPR, the Boston Globe, and the New York Times, where she was part of the Pulitzer Prize-winning team that covered the 1993 World Trade Center bombing. In addition to her professional achievements, Mary has served on boards including Princeton University, Teach for America Charlotte, Opera Carolina, and the Daily Memphian. And I also would like to say her beautiful mother is here with her this evening. Let's give it up for Mary and invite her to the stage.
We had fun in the bathroom. And yes, I am here with my beautiful mother and my people. So many wonderful speeches. I've got friends and family at those 2 tables over there, and my incredible husband, Rob Engel, and 2 of my sons, and one of their girlfriends, Jillian. Thanks for being here. And my family, my brother, my sister drove in. Thank you all for being here. So many people have talked about the wonderful different organizations that are here in Charlotte. And I'm a journalist, so I am going to talk about listening. Any credit tonight for this goes to lessons learned from my family, who are all over there. Well, I'm missing 2 tonight, but most of them are over there. And one of the lessons was shared by Rob, my husband's father, Bob Engel. You don't learn anything when you're talking, he would say. So I'll keep this brief. Listening is how we learn. The human voice is one of our most primal ways of connecting. It's how we communicate, express emotions, connect. Better than any video, the human voice telling a story can convey deep, complex ideas and feelings. Long before a baby is born, that baby hears its mother's voice. That is his first connection to another human. The sound of a mother's voice is that baby's first music. Like many of you here in this audience of Southerners, I come from a family of storytellers. Listening to those stories is how we learned about hard work, generosity, morality, resilience, and the importance of forgiveness. Listening is how we Tabors learned to love music. My father played piano every day, and my mother sang harmony with all of us in the car. Those were the sounds of our home. Listening is how we learned about relationships. Close friends, like several who are over here, listen well, and we trust each other with our stories. Listening is how I learned to care for our children. Once, when I was at absolute loose ends on how to help one of my young children, his teacher told me, "Children will tell you everything you need to know about how to help them if you're listening." I listened to her, I listened better to my child, and we found answers. Listening is how I make a living. I'm a journalist. I'm an editor now, and the stories that my reporters tell me from their work in the world are everything to how I help them tell the stories of the people they talk to. They are pulling together the thread, like the people at WFAE every day, they are pulling together the threads that we as publications weave together into the rich tapestry that will become the rough draft of history. And listening is why, I suppose, I am up here tonight. Several years ago, Judon Marshall, who is one of the city's most outstanding leaders, in fact, let's just take a minute. I've had the pleasure of getting to know a lot of wonderful leaders in my life, and Judon is transformational. She is extremely special and so talented. Judon was telling a group of business leaders here in Charlotte about ways that North Carolina's public radio could help improve our city and our state. She said, "We need to listen better to local citizens, to people who can tell their own stories from their own neighborhoods, about their city, about the issues that they have." That's what local journalism is. And she had a plan to do it. Because I was listening that day, I heard her message, and I was able to join her on that journey. What a tremendous job you and your team have done turning that dream into vivid and meaningful stories. That's why we're here tonight, Judon. Friends, you know that from meetings, sermons, concerts, graduation speeches, playground conversations, listening is how we reach each other. That's how we grow. It all starts with listening. And that's the beauty and the special secret of radio. You knew I wasn't going to get off here without talking about radio. Public radio. We listen to public radio. It's free. It's available to everyone, even those who cannot read or cannot see. It helps people learn to speak English. It helps them learn about people who live in faraway places that they don't know. But when they're listening, they also get to use their imagination. It gives them a little freedom. It engages them in a way that sitting in front of the television doesn't. It's available 24/7. How many of you have been driving in your car at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, and you've just about had it, and you can turn on the radio, and you can listen to music, or you might turn into public radio and catch BBC somewhere, or American Public Media, or somebody who's got somebody interesting. It could be Car Talks. It could be, anything, but it's there. And as long as you have a radio or a phone or a computer within reach and 2 ears, thank you, Hunter, you can access it. If you love podcasts, credit public radio. Now, one of the most popular forms of media distribution and learning platforms in the world today, podcasts began as online radio broadcasts. Today, Spotify alone has more than 6 million podcasts you can listen to, helping people with everything from basic language skills to belly dancing lessons. If you just need to hear the sound of another human voice, public radio is there for you. I'm almost done. Listening to new voices, to new ideas, really listening is how we are going to become better partners, better families, better businesses, better communities, better cities, a better country, and a better world. And you don't just listen, you listen, and then you do something. You do something. As Nancy Griffith says in her song, Listen to the Radio, which my children had to listen to me sing all the way here, when you can't find a friend, you've still got the radio. So now I am going to stop talking and go have fun listening to all those at my table and all the rest of you enjoying your tables. And I hope you will remember that what a gift WFAE is here, and to listen to each other, even the people that you don't think you want to listen to what they have to say, because we'll all learn something. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Mary, and that is why she is the first recipient of the Beacon Award. Let's give it up again to Mary. Next up, we have the presentation of our Luminary Award. Our next honor goes to this year's Luminary Award winner, Dorothy Counts Scoggins. This award recognizes a person whose leadership, courage, and unwavering commitment to equity have illuminated the path for others. As a pioneer who bravely integrated Harry Harding High School, her bravery and resilience have inspired generations. Dorothy has devoted her life to education and uplifting communities. Through her church and partnerships, she supported families in need, providing school supplies, clothing, food, and enrichment opportunities. She also founded the Dorothy Counts Scoggins Mentoring and Social Justice Program in partnership with the Women's Intercultural Exchange and Dudley Flood Center for Educational Equity and Opportunity, which serves juniors and seniors from the West Charlotte High School, Harding University, and Philip O'Berry. The program provides participants with academic support, leadership, and advocacy training, and sessions on financial literacy, mental health and wellness, and African American history. Please join me in celebrating Dorothy.
Good evening. It is truly an honor to be standing here tonight in front of all of you to accept the Luminary Award. In 1957, 68 years ago, I took an erotic walk to change the education system in America, to ensure that all children in this country have the same opportunity to receive an equal education at 15 years old. Even though I was not able to complete the task because of the bigotry and the hatred, I feel that I started the movement. 10 years later, desegregation of schools occurred in Charlotte, North Carolina. I said then, at 15 years old, that whatever I did in life, I was going to make sure that what happened to me at Harding would not happen to another child. This experience in my life led me to my career in advocacy for all children and their families. Equality of education has become my passion in life. Therefore, my retirement has led me to continue the work that I started 68 years ago, advocating for our children, especially those that do not have a voice. We are facing many challenges in our country today, education being one of them, from preschool to higher education. So tonight, I ask you to join me in this work to ensure that our children receive the equality of education that they so deserve. It is not about mine, it's about ours. Again, I would like to thank you for this Luminary Award, WFAE, and I'm not only accepting it as a symbol of my continued work, but also for the children that I continue to fight and advocate for. Thank you.
We're going to slide over a little bit and take your picture.
Dorothy, thank you again. It is now time for us to recognize our Vanguard Award winner. Our next award of the evening goes to Francisco Alvarado, President and CEO of Moran Builders, Inc. This Vanguard Award is reserved for a true trailblazer, someone whose vision, courage, and actions have significantly advanced equity and economic opportunity in our community. Francisco embodies this spirit through his unwavering dedication to creating pathways for others. Francisco's community impact spans organizations such as Feeding America, Habitat for Humanity, Heartfelt Ministries, and local environmental initiatives. He also serves on the boards of the Charlotte Executive Leadership Council, the Latin American Chamber of Commerce, Fifth Third Bank, and the Charlotte Sports Foundation. When do you sleep? Roles through which he helps drive economic development across the region. Among his most meaningful contributions is the Moran Builder Scholarship Fund, which supports students pursuing degrees in engineering, STEM, and technical trades. This work reflects Francisco's deep belief in education as a cornerstone of opportunity and long-term community growth. Accepting the award on behalf of Francisco is his son, Andre Alvarado.
I'm not sure if my dad sleeps, but I sleep pretty decently. So good evening. My name is Andres Alvarado, Vice President of Business Development at Moran Builders. I'm accepting this award on behalf of my father, Francisco. He sends his thanks to you all for the recognition and the award. Francisco started Moran Builders here in Charlotte 26 years ago and has been involved in the community since its beginning. Moran is a general commercial contractor headquartered here in Charlotte with 7 offices throughout the Mid-Atlantic and Southeast, and we serve 14 states. Our family foundation ignited the Moran Scholarship Fund, which has now raised $1.1 million for STEM and technical career scholarships. LAWA, CYC, and Central Piedmont Community College are our beneficiaries of this scholarship. Francisco and our family believe that education is the true path to upward mobility and equal opportunity for all. We are committed to continuing our work in this community, and we will not stop. Thank you.
Congratulations again. And Andre, thank you for doing this while your father is asleep, because that's probably where he is, because of everything he does. So thank you for being here. Our final presentation for the evening before we bring up representation from WFAE will be the presentation of our Catalyst Award. The final award for the evening is an honor created to recognize an individual whose leadership and vision spark transformative, high-impact change that uplifts communities, organizations, and individuals alike. This year's recipient goes to Michael J. Smith, who embodies that spirit in every way. As president and CEO of the Charlotte Center City Partners for the past 20 years, Michael has reshaped the economic and cultural fabric of our city. His leadership has driven inclusive vision plans for South End, North Tryon, and Center City, all rooted in equity and design through community collaboration. Under his guidance, Uptown has become a more vibrant, welcoming space for all. Michael helped launch the market at 7th Street and Hive, a hub for diverse entrepreneurs and inclusive innovation. Great restaurants. If you haven't been, please go and support. Through the Small Business Innovation Fund, he has helped deliver more than $6 million in support to over 100 minority, women, and veteran-owned businesses recovering from the pandemic. Yes, yes. Under his leadership, Charlotte Shout, the annual 17-day celebration of art, music, food, and ideas, brings people of all backgrounds together for a joyful, immersive celebration of Charlotte's culture and promise. Beyond his work at Center City Partners, Michael's civic leadership includes services on the UNC Charlotte Board of Directors, go Niners, the Mecklenburg County Council of the Boy Scouts, and the years of commitment to organizations like the United Way, Social Services, and the Arts and Science Council. Please join me in honoring our Catalyst Award recipient for 2025, Michael J. Smith.
Good evening, everyone. I'm deeply honored and humbled to be recognized by WFAE with the Catalyst Award. What an amazing evening it is tonight. I gratefully accept this award on behalf of all of the teammates that I've been able to work with across the last 20 years at Center City Partners, our board members, many of whom are in the room, our partners. Community building, it's a team sport. And hopefully you're hearing that again and again tonight. This is about collective energy, passion, and commitment of so many people and organizations who believe in a vibrant, inclusive Charlotte. First and foremost, thank you, Judon. Thank you, WFAE. This is an incredible honor. Your commitment at WFAE to fostering dialogue, inclusion, and understanding in our community is essential. Thank you for being a community leader and an agent for good. Can you join me in a round of applause for WFAE? I'm deeply grateful for the board, staff, and partners at Center City Partners for this opportunity to serve and lead an organization that is deeply committed to making Center City Charlotte welcoming, safe, equitable, and economically vibrant place for all. Additionally, thank you. My mom and dad are here tonight, my wife Kathleen, and our grown children, Catherine, Michael Jr., and Lillian, for guidance, love, and support. Thank you. When I reflect on this journey, I can say with confidence that everything that we do is rooted in our values. We're a values-first organization. That's the blessing of running an organization that's mission-based. You get to act on what you believe in. We believe in great urban places, acting with integrity, the power of collaboration, a commitment to justice and equity, and approaching everything we do with passion, innovation, tenacity, and excellence. From the creation of the market at 7th Street to the development of the North Tryon Tech Hub. From being a founding partner of A Home for All, Dina, that's awesome work. Mark, amazing work. And that was a great plan for addressing homelessness and access to affordable housing, to the creation of the Center City Safety Ambassador Program. And the $6 million raised for the Small Business Innovation Fund, helping businesses coming out of COVID to innovate. 90% of those grants were given to businesses of people of color, women, and veterans. Or the hub for inclusion, innovation, and entrepreneurship. We're about to install cohort 3 of that at the market at 7th. And we look forward to the future, as we do. I'm inspired by the resilience, creativity, and deep commitment of this community. I'm personally guided by my faith. My family worships at St. Peter's. It's a Jesuit Catholic church in Uptown. And I wanted to share just several of the core values that we love to be able to bring to everything we do. Number 1, cura personalis. It's Latin for the care of the entire person. Number 2, women and men for and with others. This principle encourages the sharing of one's gifts, pursuing justice, and sharing concern for others. Third and final, finding God in all things. We believe in seeking God's presence in every aspect of life. This holistic approach to spirituality encourages deep engagement with the world and a mission to promote peace and justice. I'm grateful for having a role where I'm able to bring my advocation and my beliefs to work every day. And in closing, I want to thank all the leaders in the room. What an amazing night of stories, of people. Mary's a great friend. Mary, I want copies of what you shared. Love it. Thank you for your commitment to community. Thank you for your commitment to WFAE. We must continue to work together to dream big, to create a future where everyone has an opportunity to thrive. We will continue to strive to create a center city that is not only economically vibrant, but also culturally rich and welcoming to all. All is possible through crafting a shared vision and driving collective action in the pursuit of shared progress. Thank you.
Congratulations again to all of our award recipients. Let's give them another round of applause. It has been my distinct honor to serve as your MC, your hype girl, your ride or die, your try to figure it out. I am Frenchie Wilson Brown. I will now turn the floor over to Candace Johnson.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Candace Johnson, and I serve as the Executive Director of Membership and Major Giving at WFAE. Since 2021, WFAE's Race and Equity team has worked to amplify not just the challenges of our region that our region faces, but also the solutions. many of which have come from the very leaders and organizations in this room. Through thoughtful, community-centered reporting, or our reporting and programming aim to reflect the full complexity of our region and help drive meaningful dialogue and progress. Let us take a look at our history as our story continues to unfold. Please direct your attention to the screens.
About 10 years ago, there was a study put together that looked at economic mobility across the biggest metropolitan areas in the country. Of all of the metropolitan urban areas that they looked at, Charlotte was 50 out of 50 for economic mobility. If a person is born in poverty in Charlotte, they're likely to die in poverty. Fast forward to 2020 and the racial unrest that we experienced behind the death of George Floyd.
You know, the whole world reacted, and our board was no different. And we felt compelled that we needed to do something.
And that inspired us to go out and do a special campaign to raise enough money to hire dedicated reporters for that race and equity work.
I don't know if you have a few minutes. I'm with the WFAE, the news station. Are you available for a quick conversation on what you came out? Great. I'm going to get a chair as well. I'm the race and equity reporter, so I have the privilege to go out to the community and speak to people, find out what things they're concerned about, what things they want to hear about.
You know, everyone has a voice. It's just that their voices haven't been given the attention that it deserves, and so we're really focusing on uplifting those voices and perspectives that need to be heard because they're powerful.
This conversation is about what we want to be and who we are.
Along with our reporting, we have an event series called EQUALibrium Live, which seeks to bring members of our community together with leaders, experts, and our reporters to talk about race and equity issues that matter to them. So we talk about tough issues, but we also use it as an opportunity to celebrate with our communities.
The race and equity team has been on the scene and been on the case to tell the stories, and the community has responded in a phenomenal way.
WFAE and the journalists have done a great job of deepening the conversations and allowing us all to be aware so that we can really start to figure out what are the solutions, what can we do better, and how we really remove that barrier.
Clearly, I see, the work that WFAE does, and in general, and the work that is being done with this race and equity team, in particular, will contribute to making Charlotte better.
Our role is to amplify the great work, the voices of the people who live here, and there's a lot to be inspired by.
Tonight, we are reminded of the vital role that public media plays in this work. WFAE is more than a radio station. It is your center for civic and community engagement, a trusted platform to amplify the voices, stories, and concern of the Charlotte region. But today, we are ringing the alarm. In light of the recent executive order of the rescinding critical funding for public media, WFAE's mission is more urgent than ever. Under the visionary leadership of our CEO, Jadon Marshall, and the commitment of our board, we have already begun the reimagining of the future of WFAE, a future rooted in equity, access, and community connection. We must boldly and swiftly move forward. We need you to stand with us. Your support ensures that we continue to hold space for honest dialogue, inclusive journalism, and transformational storytelling that uplifts our entire community. On the back of your programs on your tables, there is a QR code, and tonight we are asking that you consider a gift of $90.70, that this gift may affirm that we will protect and support WFAE, please consider a gift today. Thank you.
As we prepare to close this powerful evening, I do encourage you to dig deeper than the 90.7. Your funds are needed. You're here for a purpose, you're here for a passion, and you're here because you believe in WFAE. So Candace, thank you so much for that charge. But sister, I'm asking for just a little bit more, just a little bit more. Right. But either way, we're honored to be joined by someone whose life and leadership embodies the very values we've celebrated. Rabbi Judy Schindler is an activist, author, educator, and spiritual leader whose work has shaped hearts, minds, and institutions across Charlotte and beyond. A rabbi means teacher, and Rabbi Judy has taught us through scholarship, advocacy, and example how to pursue justice, dignity, and equity for all. She is the sklut, am I saying that correct? Sklut. Oh, that sounds like sklut. Yeah. The S-K-L-U-T. I'm not going to say it. The Sklut Professor of Jewish Studies at Queen's University and Rabbi Emerita of Temple Beth El, and has led initiatives ranging from racial justice and interfaith collaboration to award-winning documentaries and civic engagement. Please join me in welcoming Rabbi Judy as she offers tonight's closing reflection. Thank you.
What an honor to close out this evening's program. Like so many who stood on this stage tonight, my father was an immigrant, arriving to the U.S. border and entering through Ellis Island on August 1st, 1938, fleeing Nazi persecution that stole so much of my family from this world. Friendship Missionary Baptist Church Ensemble sang it best when they sang, "We all need somebody to lean on." Tonight we learned, and tonight we celebrated the fact that we can lean on WFAE all day, every day. We can lean on each and every one of our amazing winners. I personally have leaned on so many of them, and I'm sure that so many of you have leaned on them as well. WFAE and our awardees, they speak with pride, not apologies. They tell stories and they show up for our community. Indeed, we can lean on WFAE, a trusted, critical, and essential source of journalism, and we can lean on each other with joy, with love, crossing lines of difference and crossing borders together. Equilibrium, a state of balance. We need that balance now more than ever. And tonight helped to bring about that balance. We stand at a crossroads. We need each other to have courage in the face of fear, to have resilience in the face of trauma, to have strength in the face of exhaustion, to bring light in the face of darkness and hope in the face of harm. The soul of our city depends on it. So lean in, lean on, listen, and lift up. Lift up WFAE, lift up our youth, lift up our own voices, and lift up the voices of others who have fallen through the cracks in our system that are growing larger every day. Lift up each other and lift up our worlds. Amen. We thank Frenchie Brown. Your exuberance and skill are unmatched. Amazing. We thank Jadon Marshall for leading WFAE with excellence. Let's give her a standing ovation. And last of all, we thank all of you for being here tonight and to making Charlotte into the shining city it needs to be. Have a great night.